What I love about this neighborhood is just the beautiful plane trees, always giving you the perfect amount of shade in the summer, and they don't really drop their leaves until December. So we have so much greenery around this neighborhood. My name is Heather Kaye, and I moved here from New York City in 2006, and we live on Huaihai Middle Road by the Shanghai Library. When we moved to Shanghai in 2006, it was just my husband and we had been married for less than a year when we moved to China. I convinced him to take a break from his job and come with me for my fashion design job. When we were expecting our first daughter, we knew that we wanted to find a more permanent home here. But we began looking for homes, and we found this apartment with our 19-year-old real estate agent named Cookie, and she hadn't shown it to anyone else, and we saw it on a Saturday morning in January, and it was the first one that we'd seen that we walked into and said, this is it. This is our home. This building was finished in 1948, and it's a small low-rise right on Huaihai Middle Road, so right on the street. But it's very quiet because it still has all the original double-pane windows, so it actually is much quieter than New York City or even in the country with all of the animals that you hear at night. It's really silent. It's in sort of an Art Deco style. There's lots of European touches as well. Like I feel like the old wood trims and the way the ceilings are very high and the proportions, I think had a lot of influence. So some of the sconces that we have are original to the apartment, but others were created by my husband, George. And so he made these sconces out of bamboo veneer, and those are pretty cool. To make this apartment our home, I think was, as probably with everyone, kind of a gradual process because we moved in and there was really nothing. But so we added the pieces slowly, and they began to feel like things that were a reflection of us. I mean, this was a chair that my husband gave to me when I was breastfeeding our first daughter. It was sort of like, a chair where we could kind of rock and be comfortable. And my husband plays the piano for hours every day. So wherever we've lived, a piano has been sort of the centerpiece, the hearth of the home, really. Our family spends a lot of time primarily in the kitchen and the living room. So most of the activity and everyone's stuff kind of congregates in the central area of the apartment. I think most people find that everyone spends the most time in the kitchen, right? Especially if you have a nice, comfortable place to sit. And so originally the kitchen was open plan, but smaller. And so what we did is we actually combined the existing kitchen with the bathroom and moved that bathroom to another location and opened it up. And we put in a pub booth, actually. That was like my one design contribution, I would say, to the whole process was that I really wanted a pub booth. My bedroom is bursting. I have to say, we moved here almost 17 years ago with 2 suitcases. And now we have just acquired a lot of things along the way. And I am in fashion, and so clothes and shoes are definitely my passion. So you'll notice when you look in my closet that it is definitely in need of expansion. Either that or just being cleaned out. But I'm usually in there mostly just to go to bed in the evenings. I try to be in bed by around 9:30 or 10 with a book. And so I do get a nice chunk of time in there each day. I came here because as a designer in New York City, you never really know what happens to your tech packs, your designs, once you email them to the person at the factory. You sort of get this garment back, but the in-between process, I really wanted to learn more about that. I think the difference between New York and Shanghai is more the frequency of the city, because even though they're actually very similar sizes, I would say that Shanghai, you have the option to go at a go fast pace, but I feel like people here also really take time to have a good quality of life. I think Shanghai will always be our home in our hearts. I just can't imagine matching our time here in any way. I mean, both of our children have grown up here. Our whole marriage has been here. My company has been formed here. Really, this has been the most, I would say, important period of my life in so many ways. But I think that with so many people with families abroad, it really is challenging with COVID because our parents are getting so much older and we can't travel as seamlessly as we could. It's looking like we probably will move back to America next summer. Unfortunately, Shanghai is the best city in the world. This is where I think we would stay, forever if it weren't for that. We thought, we should move back to the States before the kids start school. Okay, no, we don't feel like we're ready to leave. So we need to be here long enough for them to really remember it and to be fluent in Chinese. We've always sent them to Chinese schools so they would have that. And so that's a huge part of who they are, who we are as a family. Our dream is that we would be able to keep this home so that they can come back to it later in life. I hope that they will always return here and feel at home.
您刚才收看的视频由绿眼睛安迪摄制，本频道所有内容皆为原创，感谢您的观赏、点赞和评论。